Okay, I'm listening to what I am saying. I'm taking this in. We should all pause and take a deep breath going into this next interview. That's because today is National Stress Awareness Day.
I'm glad we have this day. They say Wednesday is the most stressful day of the week, so today is perfect. Here to help us manage those feelings and emotions, licensed professional counselor, Dr. Shana D. Lewis. Welcome to the show. And my goodness, why is Wednesday the most stressful day of the week, Dr. Lewis?
You know, my thought is it's hump day, right? You're right in the middle. You've done half of the things, but you got the other half of the week to go, and you're thinking about it, right? Yeah. Wednesday's hump day is very stressful.
I can see it. It all kind of piles up for me. What I need to do yet still in the rest of the week, it's kind of how my brain works. Let's just talk about stress, because I feel over the last, 18, 19 months, that word stress has meant or felt different to a lot of people. And the stress triggers are what? Money, relationships. What else triggers stress?
All of those things, the pandemic, work. If you look at the top two stressors that Americans have, it's work and money. We can just put those on the table and then add everything else: children, finances, the pandemic, all of the other things, the responsibilities that we have. We are stressed from every angle. Every single one.
And there are different types of stress, Dr. Lewis. So something I've never heard of is eustress, EU stress, and distress. Describe to us the difference between the two.
They are different. So eustress is stress that when we experience it, it actually allows us to have a growth opportunity. Usually it's equated with things that are positive. So think a wedding, a baby being born. These are things that we want to have happen, but they are still stressful because anything that taxes us emotionally, psychologically, or physically is a stressor. Now, distress is stress that doesn't usually have a quick resolve, and it may have some negative impacts. That might be a death of a loved one, that may be a loss of a job, or financial stressors. So they definitely both tax us, but the outcome is slightly different at the end.
That is great to point out. We should also point out that stress isn't an adult-only thing, right?
No. Our kids, I am begging all parents to talk to your kids. They are stressed out. I've recently had a conversation with a group of teenagers, and they are stressed about school. They are stressed about relationships. They are stressed about this pandemic. They are stressed with all kinds of things, and their stress shows up just like it does for us. So please don't negate their experience. It is absolutely important.
That is such a critical point. Dr. Lewis, let's talk about the impacts of stress on the mind and body, because a lot of people might think it's just in the brain, but it can have serious health consequences for our physical bodies.
So let's just say this: stress kills. Now that may seem like a really tough statement to make, but it is true. Because not only is it the number one cause or a great predictor of us being depressed, of us having high anxiety on the mental health side, but it can reduce our immune system. It can create gastrointestinal issues. It actually shrinks our brain. It affects our memory and focus. It actually changes the way our brain actually is structured. It can create your stomach aches and ulcers and all of these things that we feel, and muscle aches and fatigue. Stress has an extreme impact on our mind and our body, both, and it can kill if we don't address it.
Okay, we talked about the triggers, who it affects. Let's talk about things that we can do to address stress in our life. This is my favorite part of our conversation. You always have a fun acronym for us.
Yes, I do. So I am huge about folks managing their stress. And I have a thought about saucer life, where we are able to fill our cups so we can serve from our saucer. So that S is creating a self-care or wellness plan. If you don't have a plan for your self-care or for your wellness, you're making a mistake. Just like you have a plan for your budget or retirement, you need a self-care wellness plan. That A is going to be asking for help. You can't do everything by yourself. So many of us are stressed because we're trying to do it alone. Delegate some things. Ask someone to help you. That you understand that your wellness is your responsibility. Now, I know we're all in the same world. We're in a pandemic. We're in all of these different crises that are happening, and it's easy to point fingers or blame other people for what's going wrong with us. But it is your responsibility to do something about it. And that C is my favorite. Control the controllables. I say this often. Many of us spend a lot of energy trying to control things that we can't. That makes us more stressed. So I encourage you to survey the things happening, identify what you can control, and focus there. Everything else, release it, give it away. Stop stressing about that. And then E is engage in gratitude. When we create an attitude of gratitude, even in the midst of a crisis, we absolutely can change our moods, how we feel, and even our physical experiences. So be thankful every single day, and it absolutely will help reduce your stress. And then here's my other favorite, is rest. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I know grown folks are saying, Dr. Lewis, I ain't tired, or I'm up, I got stuff to do. I get it. Our bodies need to relax, reset, and rejuvenate. Make sure you get adequate sleep. It will absolutely help reduce your stress.
Sleep well, eat well. Everything seems more stressful when we're tired and hungry. Dr. Lewis, always great advice, asking for help. And remember, we all experience it, right? So if you're feeling alone, you are not alone out there.
You are not. And text Saucer to 33777 for more wellness tips. I'm here to help.
I'm going to end it with an amen. You're always great, Dr. Lewis. It's wonderful to see you. By the way, there's that text information. Text Saucer to 33777. They're on the screen. And for more information and wellness tips as well.